The Division Legendary Solo Defense Classified Gear Set Times Square Power Relay 1.8. Hello agents and welcome to another Division video. One of my oldest subscriber, MB Dennis, asked me to do Legendary with my Predator Smart build, which I show you in my last video. I do not think that the new Predmark is a build to do a Legendary mission, and it is not overpowered at all, because you do miss survivability in that build, although you are having around 600,000 toughness. Anyway guys, survivability again is the most important thing when it comes to legendary missions and when you play it solo. Usually I do legendary missions with my tactician build, which is, in my opinion, one of the most useful builds in a division ever. I will leave you a link of that build in the top right corner of this video in the YouTube cards. Now I did beastly defense build with a shield of 2,350,000 health, and I decided to go and do a Times Square power relay on legendary mode with that build just to see is that shield really so strong. I will tell you immediately it is. It is the strongest shield build that ever existed in the division. I will make a separate build video how to make that build, but for now I will only show you my first gameplay with defense build. The build is not perfect and needs some tweaking, but it is working fine. Since I never play legendary with the defense build, my tactics in this video have a great space for improvement, and I did die once, but I cut the video so you don't miss a thing. It took me about 1 hour to finish the game, but now I know where I did go wrong and what are the things that I need to improve on my build. First of all, I have no ammo capacity on my vest or on my backpack, and that can really be frustrating when you play a legendary mission and you run out of ammo. But luckily I can reroll some of my stats still on this build. My vest is the weakest point in this build, but you will see what I'm talking about in my next video. In the first part of the Times Square Legendary, you need to fight with the shotgunners, and they are nasty ones. The artificial intelligence of the NPCs in this game is incredible, and you will always, I mean always, have difficult time in legendary missions, even with the tactician build, until you learn 100% where the enemies are spawning and how they behave. I made a mistake in this part and let one of the NPCs escape outside of the area, and that almost cost me my life. With a little bit weaker build, those shotgunners will rush at you and they will melee you so hard that you will die just from one melee attack of the NPC. I was surprised when I see that those same shotgunners now taking a distance, not rushing, but trying to flank you instead. This is incredible guys, like they are real soldiers. I really do not believe that you will find any other game with so fantastic artificial intelligence of the NPCs. That is why I love the Division and enjoying that game still, now more over than 1 year. If you're interested how to do legendary missions with a tactician build, I have videos of all 3 legendary missions on my YouTube channel. You will find them under the playlist The Division Legendary Solo Gameplay. You will also find the build in that playlist. The first part took me too long to finish, but as I said, the behavior of the NPCs was a little bit unexpected, and I ran out of the ammo too quick, which you will see very soon. The lack of ammo didn't go well for my agent, and to make the things even worse, I had the wrong sidearm equipped. Instead of my first wave X45 pistol, I had a double barrel shotgun, which has a great damage, but the rate of fire is, you know, non-existing. If you have played with the shield, you know that switching weapons is not very practical. In order to switch the weapon, you need to run and then switch, or you need to take cover and switch, if you have another weapon equipped. But I didn't even had it equipped, which means that I will need to get out of the fighting area only to equip the right sidearm, and that was not an option. I said to myself, do or die motherfucker. And all that was another great way to test out the shield survivability, and to be honest, I thought that there is no way to pass through even the first part of the mission only with the double barrel shotgun. But the turret that I had equipped as a second skill did a great job, even considering that my skill power is only 125,000, which is nothing for legendary missions. But there is another reason why I have that number for my skill power. To make a strong shield build, you will need to have not more and not less than 125 of your skill power. But more about that in the build video. That guy that ran out of the subway gave me a headache, and now I have to fight those guys out in the open. That was the second time that I thought that I'm going to die here. I will leave my bones in front of the New York subway station and nobody will care. Except maybe Agent Lau. With such a huge open area, the NPCs have a better chance to flank you and destroy you. You should always pick the place for fight where you will have an advantage. But I didn't remember that at the time, because the heavy rain of bullets was landing constantly on my shield and I started to panic. With a small turret and a double-barrel shotgun, I managed to take down the closest NPCs, but what about those guys that are firing from the distance? Even I don't know how I managed to survive that situation, and if there was no recovery link, this video will never see a daylight. Nevertheless, guys, I managed to successfully clear out the area and test out the build with the final boss of the first part, which is a shield guy. I was taking my time in that final fight just to see who has a stronger shield, me or him. Now I will leave you guys for a while to enjoy the rest of the first part of the Times Square legendary mission, and I will join you again in the second part. I will also try to give you some tips during the gameplay and make a small tutorial out of this video. Alright guys, welcome to the second part of the Times Square Legendary Solo mission. If you are still here, congratulations. I'm very grateful for that and I will give my best to keep you here till the end of the video, which by the way is not short. My plan to keep you here is to give you the useful information, a little bit of humor and the gameplay. Once you are done with the final boss of the first part, you will need to go outside. As soon as you get out, run to the left side of the police station. You will notice a small construction site platform. Take the stairs to get up, finish the sniper and then deal with the rest of the NPCs. I had relatively easy job with the first wave of the NPCs, but the second wave was almost got me killed. My mistake was that I didn't retreat on time and I picked up the fight on the open. Only because the incredible survivability of the shield and the build in general, I managed to survive the attack. Other way to do this part is to stay on a subway exit staircase and lure the enemy inside. That way you will have your back covered and you can deal with them one on one or one on two in the worst case scenario, which shouldn't be a problem if you are having this build equipped. Although I will say that way of doing this part of the mission is gonna take a little bit more time. So I was trying to rush up the things and did I succeed? Well, I don't know. I will have to try another run and just deal with the NPCs from the inside of the subway station. One thing you don't wanna do is to stay on the top of that small construction platform. The second wave of NPCs are going to need you hard, which is not a problem, but the real problem is they will do that from the distance, which means you will not be able to deal some quality damage and you will be spending your ammo fast. After the first wave of them, start to slowly retreat back to the security of the subway station and deal with them from the inside. I will also give you one tip which you may find lame, but in the end, if you are here and listening what I'm saying, you will take that tip seriously. And you will remember my words when you start to play any legendary missions. Be patient, guys. This is probably the best advice I can give you. If you start to rush up things, eventually you will make a mistake. In that I'm sure 100%. And you will ruin a good half an hour of your time. Even more. Times Square Legendary has only one checkpoint and this is the one right here. Be sure first to get to the first checkpoint and then start to build your progress slowly. If you are not experienced player, just take it step by step. The division can be so frustrating that sometimes I wanted to break everything in front of me, my PC, my monitor, all, you know the feeling. So be patient, even now I still die in Lexington, if I'm not all into game, and rushing the things up. Legendary, if you didn't play many, will eat you alive. On the other hand, rewards you're going to get for finishing the legendary mission are the best in the game. Exclusive vanity sets have been added to the reward pool of these missions and you will get one piece of those items first time you finish the legendary mission, such as the LMB hat. You will get one exotic cachet, 445,500 credits, 350 Phoenix credits, 225,016 experience points. You will get two 256 score gear set items, you will get one 256 score weapon, you will get one 256 score equipment item, and that is not all. You will get somewhere between 30 and 50 division tech if I remember well, and you will have a chance to get the high score equipment in the game, and you will get many of those because at the end every boss will drop a nice loot. Awesome feeling and knowing that you just beat the hardest content in the game solo is also a reward of some kind. So take your time, study how to finish the legendary mission solo if you do not have a group or friends that are well equipped and know their way through the division. Or if you are just like me and you like to do things your way. Easiest way to finish the legendary solo is with a tactician build and you can train yourself and do it under 1 hour. Some of the best players in a division need around 30 minutes to finish the mission. The only restricting factor is that you will get rewards only once a week for each mission. but if you have multiple characters, you can get it every week for each of your characters. Means if you have 4 characters and there are 3 legendary missions, you can get 12 exotic caches every week, just from the legendaries. Of course, 3 exotic caches if you have only 1 character. Very soon we will get to the third part of the Time Square Power Relay Legendary Solo tutorial, and you will see one awesome tip. Right here I was having problem with the sniper, which is elite enemy, and he was making my progress slower. If you get hit by that sniper, it can one-shot you. Apparently not with this build, but still I didn't want to take any risk, so as I said, I stayed patient and deal with the NPCs with extreme caution. At this point you really don't want to die and go over again from the checkpoint. Could I make it faster? Yes, but for now I was testing the build and I simply didn't want to make any mistake. Happened to me a couple of days ago when I was playing that same mission with the Striker Classified, and I died from the last wave of enemies. You can imagine frustration, guys, at that point. I wanted to kill myself. I already seen one nice YouTube video on my channel and those nice rewards I was just talking you about. But in reality I was thrown back at the checkpoint and I simply turned the freaking game off and left the house. Now when I said that, I owe you a video with the Striker Classified in the Times Square Legendary mission. But let's get back to this gameplay. I will leave you now for a couple of minutes and I will be right back for that awesome tip I just want to show you. If you are still here, I am honored. Seriously guys, I am honored. See you soon.
This is bullshit.
Alright guys, I'm back to give you this awesome tip. It doesn't matter which build you have equipped, tactician or a defense, this is what you need to do. After you finish the last sniper, this purple NPC, you want to stand in front of that truck, but not too close. Inside that truck are 4 purple NPCs, 1 medic and 3 guys with the turrets. First thing you wanna do is to throw the gas nade behind the truck. That will enable the NPCs to get out and will give you some time to take them down while they are still in the truck. If you are having tactician build equipped, you can kill all 4 of them with just 1 sticky bomb. With this build you want to take down the medic first. That's the priority. This method will save you a ton of your time, because if those guys spread out, you will have some really difficult time to put them down. And yeah, I almost forgot, behind your back the elite shield guy will spawn, and you will have to deal with him too. But if you did a good job with those 4 purple NPCs, you should not have to have a big trouble or a danger with the shield guy, cause after all your shield is stronger and he is slow. If you have tactician build equipped, you will take him down with 1 or 2 shots from your sticky or your seeker. After we finish the shield guy, we can say that we passed through the half of the legendary mission, you and I together. Our next task will be to replug the fuse, which is located at the Watergate power plant van. I will continue once we get there, and it will be in approximately 2 minutes. The night has fallen over the New York and the Times Square, and we have to finish our mission. Now, there are some rules how you need to do that. Generally, you will carry that fuse to the place where it belongs in 4 phases. First time, you want to carry the fuse behind that big truck and leave it there. That is the safest place you can be at that moment, and you will need to prepare yourself for a mid-difficulty attack from the red ones. I will continue once we clear the area and those red NPCs. We successfully clear out the red ones, and now it is the time for the second phase of carrying that fuse. You want to take that fuse just 20 meters in front of you. Basically, you want to drop that fuse in front of that big truck and right behind that police car. As soon as you put down the fuse, you will need to run on the left side and find that open shop area inside the building on your left side. Now you will have to deal with the red NPCs, purple NPCs, and again with one elite shield guy. And from now on, shit is going to hit the fan and things are going to become nasty. So be prepared and don't lose your grip now, agent. I will join you again in the third phase of carrying that fuse. Finally, we finished that annoying shield and we have to carry on with our mission. The third phase of carrying the fuse will also be a short one. You will move that fuse just at 25 meters in front of you and run back to that safe place. You know, the small open shop area. But before you start to run, be sure to drop your turret on the floor, because turret will stop the NPCs that are coming from the underground and God knows from where else too, to shoot at you for a short period of time. Just enough so you can make it safely to that shop. If you ever needed the luck at any point of this mission, agent, it will be now. But do not worry, you will only need to face 2 red medics, 2 red grenadiers and 1 elite NPC. After that we will move on to the fourth and the final phase, and at last we will plug in that fuse and prepare for the final attack.
I'm gonna search the area.
The fuse is finally in the place where it needs to be, and you can expect the final showdown at the Times Square in the middle of the night. The things are not going to be easy, and this will be a two-phase operation. First, you will have to deal with the 3 or 4 purple shotgunners that will rush at you hard, and the 4 elite snipers. As soon as you plug in the fuse, start running back to that safe haven, our little shop, and just across the street of that shop you will see the sewer exit on the floor. You will need to take out at least 1 elite sniper, or both of them if you can, as soon as they exit the underground. After that, go right back inside the shop and deal with those shotgunners. Once you are done with them, you will need to take care of the rest of the elite snipers. 2 of them will be far away from you on that huge plateau at the end of the Times Square, and 1, if you didn't kill him already, will be at the top of the small Indian souvenir shop. Deal with the closest one on the souvenir shop, and then go for the last two snipers at the end of the time square. After you finish them, the last fight will begin, and as always you will need to run back to our shop. From there you can start the final blow. Finally, we come close to the end of the Times Square legendary solo mission, and the last two bosses are coming out. Sergeant Wilbur, notorious and well known as a hard-to-kill boss, and Sergeant Alfaro, known by his deadly sniper. Those two nasty bosses are surrounded with a couple of purple shotgunners that will rush you, two elite medics, two elite Sycamore soldier, and last but not least, four annoying purple grenade launcher soldiers. The best course of action is to take those elite and purple guys first, especially the medic. After you finish them, you will only need to take care of the last two bosses. One is easy to take down, Sergeant Alfaro, but the Sergeant Wilbur is almost impossible to kill. He simply don't wanna die. Now, how to finish the last boss in a Times Square legendary mission. If you have a strong turret and you are playing with a tactician build, your best chance to kill him will be to place your turret on the top of that small souvenir Indian shop. If you play with the defense build, it will take ages to put him down with only turret. In that case, you will need to use your turret as a distraction and try to sneak up behind his back and shoot at his backpack with everything you have. Direct hits from your weapon will not going to do any damage to Sergeant Wilbur, so you will need to do the things I just described. In this session I was using the combo of the turret as a decoy and finally hit the boss in his backpack and that way finish the mission. Only I left without the ammo too soon and I have to deal with them with my pistol, which did prolong the mission more than usual. So that's it guys, pretty long one. I hope I managed to show you how to do the legendary solo Times Square mission, and it took me a long time to put all these things together. Please drop a like, comment, subscribe if you find this video useful and funny in any way, and I will see you guys in my next video.
detected.
Oh no, not the air again. Oh no, oh my god.